XRP could potentially win its lawsuit against the US government this very month. And what will that do to XRP's price? Could we potentially see a $10 XRP? Yeah, that is right, folks. We have some pretty wild price predictions here because we are nearing the end of the lawsuit. You can see the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit is nearing its end with the verdict expected this month, folks. The key issue now is going to be the financial penalty for Ripple, with the SEC, meaning the US government, is seeking billions of dollars for the fine, and Ripple Labs, aka XRP, arguing for a much smaller fine. And Ripple recently rejected the reduced penalty offer from the SEC, potentially impacting the final verdict and XRP's price. So if we end up getting a multi-billion-dollar settlement, that's going to hurt XRP's price. But if it comes down in the low millions, XRP could gigapump to maybe even previous all-time highs. Let's look into this analyst as he's saying, it could potentially end this month. His attorney, Fred Rispoli, that is making this prediction, and he's saying it could conclude by July 31st or maybe even earlier on July 13th. Ripple recently leveraged Binance's recent court victory to challenge SEC's stance on XRP sales. If you missed that one, SEC sued Binance as well, and the court ruled that BNB sales were not securities, and Ripple lawyers are saying, hey, this applies to XRP just like it applied to BNB. And so you ruled in their favor, and now you need to rule in our favor. And a lot of legal experts are saying that is looking very, very likely, paving the way for just a parabolic XRP run, everybody. And so the court criticizing the SEC's inconsistent regulatory approach, and they're urging clearer guidelines. Now, XRP advocate, he's saying it could potentially end this month. And if it ends on July 13th, that would be a poetic twist. Why? July 13th was when we got the previous pump where XRP basically doubled overnight. And at the time, a lot of people were even upset that XRP was pumping. You can see, this sent that price up over 100%, while the naysayers, they're watching from the sidelines. They're throwing the rotten tomatoes. They're saying, no, XRP shouldn't be pumping. We need to drag that thing down. Well, the whale activity is suggesting a major move is on the cards for XRP. We had 70 million XRP moved in 24 hours. And so the whale activity typically precedes a major price move. Now, if we're looking at the price right now, XRP, 46 cents, 46 and a half cents. You go to the max chart, it doesn't look all that good as I scroll up here. We go to the 3-month chart, kind of been heading down. And right now, the market cap is sitting firmly right around $25 billion. But if we look at all time, XRP at one point had a $125 billion market cap. So, sitting at 25, still room to go to the upside. Now, what is going to happen, let's just say for the next week and for the next month? 3 things to watch. We are in the middle of a flat trend. The flat trend is continuing, and we've been holding steady on this lower level. Now, if I stretch out, we're looking at this yellow line on the bottom. This trend line dates all the way back to the March COVID crash of March 2020. And so if without that crash, this trend line could potentially go all the way back to May 17th. But we're in this trend line. We have been holding pretty firm. And if we go to the daily chart, folks, can't help but notice some bullish divergence. This is a bullish metric that we're seeing that typically will move the price to the upside. Last time we had a bullish divergence on the daily chart, you can see RSI moving up as the price was heading down. We got a really good pump. But let's just measure that. 50% pump in 40 days. So a little over a month, you basically, you're up over 50%. Now, if we were to measure that and if it were to happen again, we catch it from the low, a nice 50% pump, that's given us a 70/69 cent XRP. Really good price. And so in the charts, this flat trend seems like it's still holding support. Like I said, going all the way back to 2020, strong support for XRP. Number 2, we got a key resistance level. The key resistance level is at 54 cents. If we go into the charts, you can see, probably just mostly looking at this trend line right here. You can see it kind of catching the tops, and right there, if it were to hit the top of the range, we're right there at 54 cents. We're running out of time when it comes to XRP. But there's a more important trend line, and that's the one that's going back years. If I go to the weekly chart here, shrink the RSI, you can see we have been stuck in a trend line going all the way back to 2018. Now, people have said we will never cross this trend line. And folks, they have been right. We've only wicked above it on the weekly, and we've only closed one daily candle. So we haven't really got any confirmation ever. You can see we closed that one daily candle March, when Bitcoin was pumping. Closed one daily, and then after that, it was basically to the downside, and we've been kind of trading in the range. Well, this is a multi-year trend line on the top side. a multi-year trend line on the bottom side, and they're running out of space, folks. We're running out of room, and XRP, it has to make a move. It has to choose, I'm either going up, I'm either going down, because we're running out of sideways action. We are at a make or break point within the next 2 months. XRP must choose a direction by August. And I got another metric that seems to imply we're definitely moving to the upside. Now, if we go back to the 3 things to watch for, the third thing is the bullish cross on the daily. This is on the daily MACD. And if you don't know what MACD is, it is the moving average convergence divergence. That is MACD. It's a technical indicator, so you can identify a price trend. And the MACD is going bullish. So to explain why XRP is holding better than the other altcoins right now. You know, Bitcoin got a little bit of a correction. XRP in a strange point where it's pumping relative to Bitcoin. I know a lot of people just aren't used to that. It's just been bleeding against Bitcoin, but now maybe we have reversed trends. We go back here, let's stretch out the MACD. You can see the blue line crossing over the orange. Now, we've done this in the past. If you look right here, that got a nice little price rally. After that MACD cross, we ended up pumping a good 50% right there, and we had a MACD cross right here as well, and this was in October 23. That pump ended up being a little bit better. We got about a 57%. So, you know, we're looking at this point where it looks like we are about to finally, after years and years and years, turn this blue line into support. If this blue line does turn into support, that's just finally spelling a bullish scenario for XRP. Like I said, they've been fighting this trend line for years and years and years. Now, the last thing I wanted to say, if we do get some positive news out of this SEC case, if Ripple ends up getting, you know, a really, really low settlement, we are in a great position for XRP. This is something that no one has noticed. Last time we got that great news, XRP doubled overnight. It literally, you know, 47 cents to 94 cents. It was a huge, huge pump out of nowhere, but it rejected as we got close to the blue line. Now the question is, what happens if we get positive momentum or positive news, all the whales start coming back in, XRP starts moving to the upside, and the blue line is acting as support, not resistance? To me, that is, you know, creating a potential 2x, could then be a 3x, maybe even a 4x over a long enough time frame. So if we are above the blue line and we get a God candle and we get this Giga Green candle, but we're, you know, relative here to the blue line, upside is just going to be tremendous, folks. So that is what I want to say about XRP. I've never been more bullish on XRP since maybe 2021 after we crashed too hard. So, you know, I bought XRP then, ended up being a good buy. You can see, you know, we overcorrected when Bitcoin pumped, and then we overpumped when Bitcoin had its nice rally into April. So we could be spelling out a potential scenario like this again. If you want to see XRP basically pull a 10x out of its hat, you know, hit that like button, because I have a prediction that just is really looking great, folks. XRP, BTC, we also see bullish divergence. You know, you can see the price heading down relative to Bitcoin as the relative strength index is moving up. We've rejected off this 2,000 Satoshi level, but it looks like we might, you know, buck up against this blue line with around 2,500 Satoshis. If we end up getting 2,500 Satoshis, folks, well, I did some math and it's looking pretty good. If we end up hitting 2,500 Satoshis with the $140,000 Bitcoin, which is about where I expect Bitcoin to go. And so we multiply this, we're going to find out the Satoshi level. We add one more zero, we add a 2.5. That gives us a $3.50 XRP. And what do you know? That is actually where we topped out in the past. So if I was to give the bullish case scenario for XRP, I think XRP could potentially hit $3.50 this bull run. I don't think that's likely. That is my most maximum bullish case scenario. I'm actually thinking, you know, we could maybe get a 3x with the blue line as support, roughly put us around 55 cents. And so, you know, my target's a little bit closer to $1.50 XRP, which would also be, you know, really, really close to its previous all-time high, 2021, and would actually get us really close to the November high of 2021. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. I think we match the H2 heights. That's our XRP price prediction. Probably going to hit around $1.50. Could potentially go back to $3.50. $588 though. I don't know if I'll see that, but hopefully I'll see you at the top.